at peace, stress free, let it be.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name's Ashley, and today I'm going to be doing a video about 3 new foods that I tried in 2020 and also 5 ways that I have been working myself to overcome my eating disorder. Before we get started with this video, I just want to talk about how crazy it is that I have 300 friends on this channel. That's so crazy, 300 friends. My goal for the end of 2020 was 100 friends, and now I have 300 friends. That's insane. Thank you all so much. Thank you to everybody who has been here since the very beginning. Thank you to everybody who just subscribed. Thank you for everybody who came in the middle. I appreciate it more than you will ever know. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be on this journey and to have you all along on this journey with me. This journey being life. Thank you just so much for all of your support and everything. It means so much. Anyways, let's get to the video. If you're new here or you just don't know, I have an eating disorder called Avoidant Restrictive Food Intake Disorder, or ARFID. I made a whole video explaining what it is and kind of how it looks for me. If you want to go watch it, it'll be linked right here and also at the end of this video, so go check it out if you want to learn some more. But basically, because of this eating disorder, there are a ton of foods that I don't eat, and most of those foods I've never even tried because I'm afraid to. But I have been trying to try some new foods at least, so if you want to hear about 3 new ones that I was able to try this year, keep watching this video. Also, I know that this is like super dramatic. It's like freezing in my house and this is like super warm. Also, look how cute it is. I got this for Christmas and I'm wearing fuzzy socks because I'm really cold. If you do like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up down below, and also subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And also feel free to comment any new foods that you tried in 2020. Honestly, it would like really encourage me to know that other people are also trying new foods, so go ahead and comment that if you have any new foods that you tried this year. Anyway, let's get into the video. So I did actually take some videos of my first time eating a couple of these foods, but not one of them. So I'll just talk about that one first since there's no video to go along with it. The first new food that I tried was beef broth soup. It's so random, I know. I tried beef broth soup, but I tried beef broth soup. Beef broth soup. Basically, I saw a picture on Instagram of this soup and it had like beef in it, and I do like beef. This one only had meat and then like vegetables, so I didn't get any of the vegetables. I just got the broth and the meat. It looked so good in the picture, like so, my mouth was watering like watching the video of them making it. It was like this small place in LA somewhere, so it looked really good. I was really excited to try it. I hesitated a little bit because it smelled kind of weird when I got it, but pretty much I just went like all in and ate it. It wasn't good. I didn't like it, but at least I tried it. I ended up eating, I think, like half of it because I couldn't really tell if I liked it or not, but I kind of came to the conclusion that it was just not good. The next food that I tried was Alfredo sauce. That's a food. Yeah, I had never tried Alfredo sauce before. I know. It's literally the most like bland and basic sauce there is, and I had never tried it, and most of the stuff I eat is pretty like bland and basic, so you would think, but yeah, I just hadn't tried it. People always told me like, oh, Alfredo sauce is literally just like milk and cheese, and I was like, no way, because it looks weird for like sauce. I don't know. So I tried it and I loved it, and now I eat it all the time. The way that I tried it first was that I was in Target and they had this like 4-cheese Alfredo, and I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds so good because I love cheese. So I was like, yes, I need that. So I got it. I got some fettuccine noodles and I made some fettuccine Alfredo, and I also made some chicken on the side. It's like this chicken that I really like to make. Yeah, anyways. And I made the Alfredo noodles, fettuccine Alfredo, the way that you're supposed to make them, I guess. And to be honest, there was like no taste. I couldn't really taste anything, but then I mixed my chicken in with the noodles, which I wouldn't normally do. I do not like to mix my foods. I like my foods very separate. I eat one at a time. I don't like to mix the tastes, but oh my gosh, it was like a party in my mouth. It was so delicious. Yeah, so I love that. And then this video that I'm going to insert right now is actually from me trying normal Alfredo sauce, not the 4-cheese Alfredo sauce, but just a regular Alfredo sauce, because they do taste very different, surprisingly. So my boyfriend actually got the Alfredo pasta from Pizza Hut, and he's like, oh, try this, you're gonna like it. And I was like, yeah, I like the 4-cheese Alfredo sauce, of course I'm gonna like this. And I ate it, and oh my gosh, I was obsessed with it. So here's a video of me trying some of those noodles. Delicious.
The rest is
thank you. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed that. But basically, Alfredo sauce is one of those things that everybody around me knew I would really like, but just the appearance of it and the name, like I don't know, if it was called like milk sauce or something, maybe I would eat it. But like Alfredo, like I don't know what it is, and it just sounded weird, and it just looks so weird on pasta because I'm used to like marinara sauce on pasta. So yeah, it was just one of those things that I was like afraid to try solely based on the appearance of it, and also the fact that I just didn't know about it. Like I didn't know what it was, and I was just scared. But I had no reason to be. It was delicious. I've been missing out my entire life. It was so good. And the final thing that I tried in 2020 is the most exciting one because it is something that I never ever thought that I would eat in my whole life ever. And that is a hamburger. I ate a hamburger. Okay, well technically it was a cheeseburger, but like it was a hamburger. So here's the video. You got a cheeseburger? Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm so nervous.
But you tasted the meat, it's actually pretty good. You know, like the flavors. It's good! It's good! Yes.
I ate a hamburger. Okay, so I'm gonna add ketchup to it.
The best. I know.
Oh my god, now we gotta get it every week. I feel like Squidward from that episode of SpongeBob where he eats all the Krabby Patties. That's gonna be me. So that was my first time ever eating a cheeseburger. I guess it wasn't really a hamburger. It was literally just like the patty, cheese, and the buns. So a cheeseburger. But that was my first time ever eating one. It was so exciting. Oh my god. I was really afraid to eat hamburgers solely based on like, even if it was just a cheeseburger with like no vegetables or anything, it was solely based on the fact that it was ground beef. Like what? Ground beef was just so weird, and everybody tried to explain to me that like ground beef is just steak, and I was like, no, it's not. It's totally different because it looks so gross. It just looks so gross. And then like when you bite into it, it just doesn't look like a steak, or you know what I mean? Obviously, because it's not a steak, but it doesn't look like how like meat would look when you cook it, you know? So I was terrified. And also just the thought of mixing like meat with cheese and then bread. No, that was not like sitting well with me. But yeah, that was kind of my fear going into eating a hamburger, was one, the ground beef, and two, the thought of mixing meat with cheese and then bread and then ketchup. Ugh. Ketchup with cheese is like mac and cheese with like ketchup on it. People like eat that. I can't. Anyway, yeah, that was my fear of eating a cheeseburger, but I actually ended up loving it so much. And I ate an In-N-Out burger as my first burger, which like, I know, I was spoiled. It was a great burger. It was like a great way to start it off. And then I went to this other place, which was like a hamburger place also, but like a sit-down restaurant. And I had a Wagyu burger. Wagyu? I don't know how to say it, but you know, that like really fancy burger, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so good because it's like the best cut of meat, whatever. And it was okay. It was a lot. It was like huge, but it was okay. But then I decided that I wanted to try Umami Burger's double truffle burger. So I'm obsessed with Umami Burger's truffle fries, and ever since I ate those truffle fries, I have been obsessed with truffle everything. I love everything truffle flavored, but like admittedly before I tried that I was a little bit scared, but that was last year, so it doesn't really count for this video. But the burger is literally just like bun, meat, truffle cheese, oh my gosh, and then like another burger, and then another truffle cheese, and then truffle ketchup on top. Oh my gosh, it's so much truffle. It was delicious. And then the other bun. That was amazing. I crave that all the time now. Like I never would have imagined myself craving a burger. It's just the weirdest concept to me. Even when I'm sitting there holding the burger and like eating it, I just never imagined myself doing that action before ever. Like I was like, this is something I'm never gonna do, and I like do it. It's just so weird. But I'm really happy that I tried that, and honestly that I tried all of these things, even the beef broth soup that I didn't like. I'm happy I tried it because at least I'm trying new things. So now I'm gonna be talking about 5 steps that I've been taking, or like ways that I've been able to kind of overcome the mental aspect of ARFID and try these new foods. Because it has not been easy, and because everything is shut down with COVID, I am relying entirely on myself to do these things. Well, mostly. So that's the first point that I want to talk about actually, is that I've had so much support from my friends and family. Obviously my entire life everybody wanted me to eat healthier because it's good for you, and they wanted me to take care of myself. But for some reason it felt like when I was eating the foods that I wouldn't normally eat, like if I were to try a new food, I would like lose myself. I felt like what I was eating was like who I was, if that makes sense. And then when I would like tell people that I was like eating the new food, they would be like so shocked, and they'd be like, oh my gosh, who are you? And I'd be like, yeah, who am I? and then I would just like not eat it. Partly because I didn't like it, but also because I was like, that's not who I am. That's not what I do. I eat only these foods. I don't try new food. That was also before I knew about ARFID, so I didn't understand why it was so hard for me to try the new foods, all that, yeah. But obviously as I grow older, I'm realizing that you can grow and change, and it's okay to be a different person than you were even like a month ago. So now when I tell people that I try new foods and they're like, oh my gosh, like they're all excited and they're like, who are you? I'm like, I'm a new bitch. I like never swear on this channel. I just realized I swear a lot in real life. Anyway, yeah, now it's like exciting for me that other people get excited for me. Especially my family and my boyfriend and my boyfriend's family. They all get very, very excited for me, which is really exciting. For example, when I tried that burger, I called my parents and I was like, guess what I'm eating? And I was like, I'm eating a burger. And my mom was like, oh my gosh. And then she put my dad on the phone and he was like, oh my gosh. Like they were all like so excited for me, and they were like, I never thought I would see this day. My mom, I'm pretty sure, was like gonna have a heart attack. But yeah, they were very, very excited for me. Obviously, I was very excited, and it was a really exciting moment. My boyfriend was very excited about it. He wouldn't stop talking about it for like 2 days. He was just like, you ate a hamburger, and he was the one who gave me the hamburger. Well, I went in and bought it, but he like convinced me to eat it, kind of. He was like, just do it. And then he was so excited that he actually called one of his sisters who knows about like my whole like eating thing, and he was like, guess what Ashley's eating? And she was like, what? And he was like, a hamburger. And she was like, oh my gosh. And then we had a whole conversation about it for like half an hour. And everybody was just so excited for me that it made me so excited to be eating it, you know what I mean? Yeah, so support from friends and family, one of the most important things. So helpful to have all of that. If you know anybody with ARFID, make sure that you give them all of the love and support that they need and that they want, and even if they don't want it, just give it to them anyways. It's really important. So the next way that I was kind of able to suppress my ARFID thoughts and try these new foods was finding things that were similar to things that I already liked. Going back to the hamburger, for example, as I said, I was really, really afraid of ground beef, but it was my dog's like gotcha day, so we were getting her some pup patties from In-N-Out, and I was giving her the pup patties in like pieces, and I was breaking them apart, and I was kind of like, ew, I'm touching a hamburger patty, you know? It was kind of weird to be touching it. But as I was giving it to her, I like smelled it, and I was like, wait, this smells like steak, and I like steak. So then I asked my boyfriend, I was like, is this just like meat? Like, is it just like a steak kind of, but in like burger form? And he was like, yes. Like, did you not know that? And I honestly did not. For some reason I thought it was like different, but it smelled exactly like meat. And then he was explaining to me that a cheeseburger was literally just the meat, which obviously I liked, cheese, which I love cheese, and bread and ketchup if I wanted to add ketchup. And that's it. All 4 things that I like. Granted, I couldn't imagine mixing them together, but they were all 4 things that I liked. So I was like, okay, I do like them separately. Maybe I would like them together as well. And so that's how I kind of convinced myself to try the hamburger. Was it scary? Yes. Terrifying. But I did it, and I was laughing out of like fear when I ate it, but honestly once I took the first bite I was so excited, and especially once I added ketchup to it, it was so much better. But that's kind of how I've been able to try all of these things. It's just finding things that are similar to things that I like. Is it vegetables? No, obviously not. That's gonna take a little bit to get there, but the important thing is that I'm trying new foods, which is really, really hard for me. So I have to take really small steps and find things that are really similar to things that I already like. Also, just trying new foods, I'm really afraid of the reaction of when I don't like the food. So if I try new foods that are kind of similar to things that I like, but also different, and I don't have a negative reaction, that automatically puts in my head that, hey, there are some foods that you're gonna try and you're gonna like. You're not gonna dislike every food that you try. I didn't gag, I didn't have like any kind of reaction. Even the beef broth soup that I didn't really like, I didn't have like I was just kind of like, this isn't good. But I didn't have a reaction to it. I just reacted like a normal person who doesn't like a food. I was like, I just don't like it. So that has really helped like ease my mind, is just finding out that like I could try new things and I could like it. I'm not always going to dislike it. And the way that I've been doing that obviously is finding things similar to the things that I like. Okay, I just said that so many times. The next thing that's helped me is finding enticing pictures. Just finding really, really good pictures or videos of these foods being made or being eaten or just on a plate or whatever. That has helped me so much, just kind of like convince myself that it's worth trying because it looks so good. The next thing that's really helped me is making my dog's food. So I make my dog's food from scratch, and I go and buy vegetables from Whole Foods and like fresh vegetables that are like not like packaged or anything, and I like chop them up and I boil them and I'm like touching, everything as I'm making it, which in the beginning freaked me out. As I mentioned in my story time about the time that I tried broccoli, I walked into Whole Foods the first time that I had to make my dog's food, and I looked at the broccoli and I just like froze and could not touch it because I was so scared. And now I'm a pro. I'm over here touching broccoli, cutting the broccoli. I grab it off the shelf, you know, and I don't want to eat it yet, but I touch it. Now with these 3 foods that I tried this year, touching it obviously isn't something that helped, but I think it is something that has helped me get more comfortable around just things that I don't like in general, specifically vegetables, because I make my dog's food. But I think just having more interactions with the things that you don't like kind of makes it normal and just makes it like not so scary to eat, I guess. Like I think the first step to me eating vegetables would be feeling more comfortable around vegetables, because prior to making my dog's food, I didn't even want to look at vegetables. I couldn't touch them without like gagging or like having a panic attack. But now I'm at least comfortable being around them, and I think that's just a small step to eating them eventually. So I think just having more exposure to the things that you don't like is a really, really important step to eventually liking them. It's a small step, but it's a step. I mean, you're gonna get there eventually. If you just keep taking small steps, it'll take a little longer, but at least you'll get there. And honestly, just at least you're like working to get there. And the final step, the one that I would consider kind of the most important, kind of encompasses a few of these other points into one, but that is to have patience and to not rush into anything that you're not ready for. Obviously, just taking the small step of being exposed to the foods that you don't like and getting comfortable around them is not rushing straight into eating it, which can be really, really overwhelming if you didn't take that step first. And also finding new things that are similar to the things that you already like is another small step that just is not rushing into things that you really, really don't like. You're just taking small steps from things that you already like. So I think just having patience is one of the most important things. One of my goals for 2019 was to eat vegetables. I literally just wrote on my thing like eat vegetables, like, and I didn't have like a plan for how I was gonna eat vegetables. I was just rushing into it because there were a lot of foods that were really close to foods that I already liked that I wouldn't even eat. So why would I eat like the thing that I am most afraid of if I didn't even take that small step to eat things that were like close to things I already liked? So I hope that I explained that well, but yeah, patience, just not rushing into it. You will get there eventually, but this is a really difficult thing to work with, to overcome, and so it is going to take a little bit more time. And I think just understanding that and kind of embracing it, and I think just taking the small steps that you need to take to get to where you want to be instead of trying to take giant leaps is going to be a more effective way to get you there. And that is it for this video. 3 new foods that I tried in 2020 and kind of 5 ways that I was able to overcome my very intrusive ARFID thoughts and try these new foods. I know I've been ending 2020 off with a lot of talking videos, but I kind of just wanted to like summarize and wrap up my year, and this is just kind of how it came together. I'm sorry. Unless you like to hear me talk, then thank you. But hopefully this video could be like inspiring to you in some way, or at least helpful a little bit. That's really my goal in making these videos. It's not really to talk about myself, it's like in the hopes that like talking about my situation will help other people. So I hope this helped at least somebody. Thank you all so much for 300 friends. All 300 of you are amazing. I'm so excited for everything to come in 2021, and I'm really, really excited to share it with all of you. So thank you all so much, and just thank you all for watching this video. I mean, if you want to join this very large friendship that we've got going on here, you can subscribe down below if you want. No pressure. We're all just, you know, hanging out, watching some videos, you know. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope that you have a great rest of 2020. There's literally like a day after I upload this. I hope you have a great rest of your 2020. I hope that you have a really, really safe new year. Thank you all so much again for watching, and I will see you all next week in my next video. Bye.